So rude. So rude. How dare you?
The whole vaping thing.
Whatever.
I've got like grape vape in my face.
Yeah, delicious. Grape soda. Why would you complain? How rude.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? Ooh, we have quite the crowd already. I think this is pretty exciting. Here, hold on a second. Sorry, I'm not trying to pinch you. I'm just a little bit squished over to that side. Anyway, it's Sunday. We're doing our Sunday live haul. We've got lots of fun stuff to share, some cool sales highlights, some good haul stuff.
We go over our numbers for the week, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Indeed. I think this is a really interesting week because of the super wide variety of ways that we sourced this week.
Yeah, that's more than usual.
We went to the Hoarder house, which if you haven't seen that video yet, we put that video up yesterday morning. You should go check it out. We were able to last Sunday. We were right after the show. We went and we got first dibs on stuff in the Hoarder house, and we did buy some stuff from there. And then later on, Dorothy was like, "Man, I'm just gonna buy it all." So she bought everything. But,
seriously.
But we do have stuff to show that we got from the Hoarder house, and that video is super cool. We're gonna do some more. So we did the Hoarder house. You did some auction stuff. You went to the auction with Dorothy.
It was all about Dorothy this week, apparently. Dorothy's my new BFF.
Well, we've been friends with her for a while, but she's like you recently discovered that you could go like to the auction and yard sales with her.
Yeah,
I don't really want to do that
stuff like that because Katie hates me, and she only likes to go to Savers and the thrift stores. That's kind of her thing because that's where she's going to find clothing, and I get it. She doesn't want to go to 87 yard sales to pick up 3 things and hopefully someone's going to have something.
I can't take a whole day off from work to go sourcing somewhere that's not really going to bring me anything. It doesn't really work that way. So anyway, yeah, yard sales, auction, Hoarder house. I did a couple of bulk buys through the interwebs, all of the usual places like Savers
and some thrift stores too. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like kind of a crazy wide variety of stuff. Dorothy is bold. It's true. It is true, man.
She's ballsy. We talked about it when they first mentioned it the day before she actually purchased it. They kind of first mentioned it to her and jokingly threw her out a lowball number. I said, "You did jump on that, right? Because I would have totally have bought that entire house."
How unprofessional. Turn the volume up here.
I know. Sorry. And then she's like, "Yeah, but they weren't really serious." Well, they thought about it overnight and they got serious and they came back with a real number and she jumped on it. And I'm really proud of her because she is totally it's a ballsy move. It was a hefty investment, but it's going to be a great return. So, I mean, I'm really proud of her for having the balls to do it. Dorothy generally has around 600 items for sale in her store. She's not a huge seller, but she's been working really hard at getting her numbers up there and getting it more into full-time income over the last year or so. She's been selling for a couple of years. So that's like a super ballsy move to buy that much of something and take on something that huge. So,
but you know what? She's already been listing a bunch of it. So
I know she's already got things listed. Girl, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So Teresa says no more sourcing for Dorothy for a while as a short-lived sourcing partner. No. Because the thing is, the reality is, if you do this work and you enjoy the sourcing part of it, it's not very sustainable to just like, okay, I got enough stuff. I'm not going to source for the next year plus. Like, you got to still be able to get to go out and do stuff. So they've already talked about it, and Dorothy will still go to like yard sales and stuff like that with Vicky, but she'll probably do it more like she'll be helping out and not really buying a bunch of stuff. So yeah. That's
Grandma Cheap, did she have room for all that stuff? No, nobody does. It was an entire house hoarded floor to ceiling in every single room of items. Nobody, unless she had a mansion that she's hiding in her back pocket, I don't know about. Yeah. Dorothy has a very good sized house, so she'll be able to keep quite a few things there. If you've ever seen our video that we did actually at her house almost a year ago, where we did a little reseller intervention, and helped her clear out some stuff. But she's going to end up having to get a storage unit or 2 is my guess. I mean, I'll put it all in my house. It's going to fit. Oh, Jesus. But threw the kids out. That's it. Get the kids out.
Indeed. Yeah, she's just not the furniture. But anyway, lusting after the Wizard of Oz collection. Seriously. And guys,
the Wizard of Oz and the Snow White stuff, it's phenomenal.
I may have gotten one Wizard of Oz item from that house. And it's probably the best thing I got from that house. So I'm pretty excited. Seriously, guys, we've got some good stuff to share with you today. It's gonna be awesome.
I think I grabbed the best part of the Snow White stuff. Of course, this was before Dorothy decided to buy the whole darn house.
Indeed. Okay, so let's get right into our numbers for the last week. Now, the last few weeks, I've been like, you know, really in your shadow. I've been just hanging out in your shadow. I've been like, it's okay. I've been like, it's okay. I'll take my little sales here while you kill it and pretty much school me and leave me behind in your dust. But you know what? It hit like it's like, you know how like those cars, they have the little button you
Turbo?
put is it the nitro button, and you're like trying to catch up, and then you push the button, and you're like, that's pretty much what I did. I was like, and I got around you, and that's what happened. Okay, that's what happened. Hey guys, I got to enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to last for long. It really won't. So this week, I don't know what happened.
In the dust.
I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know if it's just that I've been keeping my head down and listing like crazy. And I'm getting like into a really good groove. But guys, let's check out these numbers, huh? All right, here's what I got for this week. Week ending yesterday, the 13th. All right, first of all, look at the number of sales. Let's see if I can get that to focus a little bit better. Now, last week, my total outgoing orders between eBay and Etsy were 40. It was 40. This week, 60. So I got 49 eBay outgoing orders, 11 Etsy for a total of 60. My eBay gross sales, $2,487.04. My Etsy gross sales, $552. My total gross sales, guys, look at that, $3,039.04. All right, let's go moving on up. So I did spend quite a bit on shipping. I had a crazy number of international orders this last week, which definitely jacks up the shipping prices. So $385 and a penny. My pro listing fees between eBay and Etsy, $151.60. So my total fees, including those promoted listing fees, $510.88. And my cost of goods, pretty high. I had a lot of stuff that I had paid up for, $465. And my total net sales ended up being $1,678.12. And my average sale price ended up being just over $50, which is exactly where I want to be. I want to be somewhere between 50 and 60. Now, if I could go above 60, I certainly would be happy with that. But my goal was to try and keep it above 50, so I just barely made it over. Now, what's really crazy about this week, I sold a lot, and 11 orders on Etsy in 1 week is probably the highest I've had. And, okay. What? She's over here picking on her little fingernails. Stop it.
On camera.
Stop it. But I can hear it. It's like, you guys, does that stuff ever drive you crazy where you can hear the little tick, 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 tick?
You can't hear it.
Yeah, I can. That's enough.
That's the thing that I do that annoys her. Really?
It's true.
I'm picking my fingernails. That's annoying her.
True. It is.
I God forbid, I have to live with the singing, the dancing, the cackling, the fake crying.
Yeah, those are fun things.
But me quietly picking my nails.
Those are way fun. Those are way fun. Anyway, yeah, not very quietly, okay, guys? Not very quietly. But what's crazy is the international sales. So my total gross was just over 3,000. International sales, I added them up. I don't always add them up, but just because I noticed I had a lot of them, $821.44 were international sales. It's pretty big. Now, over a year, I generally am at about 20% of my sales are international. This last week, 27% of my sales numbers is international. If that's not telling you guys that you should be doing your own international shipping, I'm telling you, I made more money on all of those sales than I would have had I sold them domestically. And I think I got more of sales because I was doing my own international shipping. So just saying, guys.
It's a bit crazy. A bit crazy.
Yep.
So it's an awesome week. You did well. Woo, woo, woo. Woo. So my week was not as good. This is the first week where I've actually gone down quite a bit from the last few months, but that's okay. It was still decent. So my cost of goods and everything was pretty low this week. It's just I took a lot of offers, trying to clear out some stuff. I got a big sale going on in my store. So I did 58 on eBay, 3 on Etsy for a total of 59 orders.
Nice.
eBay was $18.41. Etsy was $3.65 for a total of $22.06. I like to be around that $2,500 range, which I have been consistently. This is a little bit lower, but that's still good. So my shipping, as you know, I ship a lot of hard goods. So my shipping was $3.29. Promoted listing fees, $67.02 to be exact. And my total fees for Etsy and eBay, including promoted listing fees, somewhere around the $3.31. 50 and 3 is 61 orders. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I don't know how to count. I must have kept the 59 from the
I was going to say,
week.
that means usually you have more orders than me. So this time you only beat me by 1.
Yeah, so sorry about that. I must have kept this on this cell the same from the previous week. Whoops, I don't know how to count. So anyway, where was I there? Oh, so my cost of goods was $192. And so that makes my total net sales $1,354, give or take a little bit here or there. But my average sale price dropped quite a bit. My average sale price has been around the $50 range as well. So it's $37 average sale price for under $40. I don't use the damn formula, Teresa.
Yeah,
I don't use Excel.
So one thing I want to point out is that while my gross sales were about $800 more than your gross sales, my net sales only $300 more. So that just goes to show you guys that gross sales are not really the end all be all, because it really matters the costs that go into it. And so that brought us a lot closer together. I was only up by about $300 over you. So very, very cool. Anyway. Teresa says use the damn formula. I do it in Excel. It does not do it for me. Your formula does not work. It doesn't work, okay? And I don't have it in me to go in and fix it. So
yeah, I'm just using it as a Word document basically that has cells in it already.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so those were our sales numbers for the week. I think it's pretty crazy. And as you can see from the title of this video, we basically took our $657 of our cost of goods and we turned that into over $5,000 in gross sales. Of course, a lot of costs come out of that, but still, I think we did have a really awesome week. See, Teresa is horrified. She's horrified. She cannot believe it.
She's horrified.
She's totally horrified. And anyway. But yeah, that's what we got going on.
What Lynn says, love you guys. Learned a lot from you. Started watching in September. Getting ready to list my first listings. Can't wait to meet you two in person. Can never get on to meet you two live. Well, welcome, Lynn. I'm glad you're here. And what are you waiting for? Been watching since September and getting ready to do listings. Get out there and list it.
Yay!
It won't list if you don't. It won't sell if you don't list it.
All right. There was a question earlier. Shannon wanted to know if a buyer asks to send to a different address, do it or don't do it. And my answer to that,
answered her.
I know, but I wanted to address it.
Okay.
My answer, because somebody else, I don't know if it was the same person, but somebody else asked that in the boss group. My answer would be, it just depends. If it's not like something super, super expensive, something that maybe somebody would be likely to commit fraud over, like an Apple iPhone or something that you put a lot of money into. If it's just something basic, more often than not, almost always, it's not a big deal. eBay will back you up. No, PayPal will not. If they happen to open a case on PayPal or their credit card, you would be out that money. But it's honestly,
if it's not a high theft item, then don't worry about it. Nobody's asking you to change the address to send, a used sweater or pair of jeans because they're trying to scam you. Don't worry about it.
If it's something you paid $1 for, I mean, so it's just one of those things that you just have. You have to decide.
Oh, Lynn is ready. Lynn is serious. She is going to eBay Open. So I am proud of you right there. Yeah. You are investing in yourself and investing in your business before you even get started. So that's pretty awesome. Grandma Cheap, if you'd like to send us a package, just send me or Katie, probably me, send me a message. The email link is down below the video. Send me an email and I'll give you the address. It's not Fort Knox secret. We don't use a PO box. I'm just not going to type it in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So do we want to talk about our sales highlights for the week?
Sure. Yeah, they're a little dismal.
Stop it.
Yes, dear.
Stop it.
Yes, dear.
They're not dismal. We had really good numbers, but I think we were talking about this earlier. We just didn't really have a lot of exciting, super exciting. I mean, we've got some good stuff to share, but I know I don't have. What's going on here? I wanted to share
Didn't
that
have
one.
anything super exciting.
Super exciting. So, you know, we tried to put, so we're not sharing as many items, but of course, at any time you can go and look at our stores and see what we sold over the last week. So
yeah, we don't hide
the
our
entire
solds.
picture.
So you know, we advertise the name of our stores and we don't hide our solds. You can always look.
Yeah, for sure.
So this was nothing special other than the fact that I've had this sitting in my house, and I pulled it out the other day to test a VCR, like last month or whatever. I pulled it out to test a VCR that I was selling, and scanned it just for the heck of it, and realized, I'm like, why do I not? Most DVDs that are normal, they're not worth a ton, right? I wouldn't say this is worth a ton, but I've had it forever and it hasn't been used in like 10 years. So I listed it and it sold for $37. So DVDs are not completely dead.
Awesome.
That was my only point of that.
Very cool. All right, I sold some records this week, guys. So I mostly do men's clothing, but I have started doing some records because I'm collecting records myself, and it just seemed like a fun little thing to add on. And so actually, I'm going to show you a couple of them here. This one particular one, I actually bought 3 copies of it for 25 bucks a piece. One for myself, 2 to sell in order to pay for the one for myself. I think it's kind of funny. It's limited to 666 hand-numbered copies. And I took an offer for $60 because I went back and forth with the buyer in Canada. So this is one of my international sales. It went to Canada. He paid $60 for it plus shipping. He did have a lot of questions for me, and I sent him more pictures because he's, I guess, an avid collector. Doesn't even unwrap his stuff, which I don't completely understand, but because I like to actually listen to my records. I do take really good care of them otherwise. But anyway, so this one went to Canada. So the next one I sold was a Silent Hill 2 video game soundtrack. This actually just was released, like, I don't know, about a month ago or so. Took a while to get mine in. I actually just got 2 of them. I think they were $30 a piece. And I got 2 of them. One of them sold for $110. And then I believe it went to South America. I can't remember which country, Uruguay, in South America. And so they paid $110 again, plus shipping. And actually, because I sold this, I went ahead, I just listed this last week. So as soon as I sold this one, I said to myself, maybe I don't need that other copy for myself. If I can sell it for $110, I'm going to go ahead and list that one too. And maybe eventually I'll come across the black vinyl version. But, you know, I don't have any like special feelings. I like Silent Hill 2. I played it. I like the soundtrack, but I don't like it that much to where I'm going to sit on a copy that I could sell for over $100. So I went ahead and sold this one as well.
I just realized, go ahead and close. What? No, go ahead and close that. I just realized I might have shown these last Sunday because I think they sold Sunday. So I'm not sure if I sold these last Sunday. I apologize. But I did pay about $7 or $8 for them, and they sold for $75. But I'm looking at it right now, and I think that I might have showed them last Sunday. So I apologize. It's all starting to run together for me. But cool Prada shoes picked up at the thrift, paid about $7 for them, and there we go. They sold for $75.
Very, very cool. All right, this is a t-shirt sale for me. This is a really awesome vintage 80s.
Yep, I did. Sorry, guys. I just realized it when I saw them on the screen.
Lame.
Sorry, I was rushing through it.
Anyway, this is a vintage 80s ski competition t-shirt. I think it's super, super cool. And so not because I had, you know, people are always saying like, oh, I can't find any comps on this. I can't find anything that looks like this particular t-shirt. And you know what? When it comes to that, I'm like, man, I don't care. I think it's super cool. And I think it's something people are going to want. So then I price it crazy high. So I did that with this one. It was listed for maybe a couple of weeks. And I ended up taking an offer for $75 because I'm like, $75 for a t-shirt? Heck yeah. And so I went ahead and sold this. This one might, I don't know. Actually, this one stayed in the U.S. This one did not go internationally, but it was such a cool t-shirt. It was just, I think it looks really cool. And you guys know how I feel right now about ski t-shirts. I'm kind of obsessed with them. And so I, of course, was super happy to sell this one for $75. All right. Next.
I took an offer on this San Marcos blanket. It was real cute. This is a cute one. I liked it. It was a real thick vintage San Marcos. I took an offer for this and sold it for $90. Free shipping, but the shipping ends up being usually around $15 to go across the country on a big blanket. It could be less, depending if it's close, but about $15. So I took an offer for 90 on this one.
I can't believe you can see fingers in this picture.
Yeah, get over it.
I can't believe it.
Get over it.
Oh. That's a really awesome blanket. You and your blankets.
Oh, and to say what I paid for it, it was definitely less than $10. It was probably around the $7 range.
Yeah. Yeah, Allison says that she loves the ski tees. I figured you would, Allison. I think you're with me on how cool the ski t-shirts are. All right, this is probably my favorite sale of the week. And if you guys remember, I just showed this, I don't think last week, I think maybe the week before in the haul.
Yeah, because I was with you.
Yeah, and so this was a jacket that actually Vicky grabbed for me at Buffalo Exchange. And because I was kind of going quickly through the jackets and I just saw the front of it and I was just kind of like, man, I don't really feel like buying a military jacket right now. It was priced at $45, and I didn't take the time to I didn't realize that it was a souvenir jacket that had like the full embroidery on the back and on the sleeves. And so she came over and she was like, do you want to get this? Like, did you see this one? And I saw what the whole thing was, and I was like, holy cannoli. And so I went ahead and got it. It was $45, and I sold it for 210 buckaroos. I think this probably went to overseas because it was one of those things where I had to write the item number on the package.
Oh, so it was like forwarding service.
But it went to somebody's name. So usually, so I'm not entirely sure, but the fact that they wanted me to put the order number on the outside of it, I think it probably is one of those forwarding services, which is awesome because it means that once it gets to that address, if they send it on somewhere else, it's out of your hands. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Brenda, the way that I ship the blankets is I usually put them in a very large poly bag. As a matter of fact, I double bag them. I have two. I have one brand of bags that I buy from Corey Osteen that are really big poly bags, and they're hot pink. And I usually put two on them for the blankets.
I love being able to put anything I ship into a bag. So, all right. So that's my big sale for the week. I think my biggest single sale. This might be yours, right?
Yeah, this was one of my biggest single sales for the week, actually. So this I showed in a haul a couple of weeks ago. I paid $20 for it. This is like the third or fourth clock like this that I've sold in the last couple of years. I love these clocks, right? I think they're the tackiest looking things, to be honest with you. It's my personal opinion. I apologize in advance if you own one of them, but I think they're ticky tacky. Anyway, it's the fake wood. It's plastic, fake wood, but they've got the Swarovski crystals inside. And they sell for a buttload of money, and I don't really understand why.
How much money is a buttload?
A buttload. Well, in this case, I took an offer for $175 because it was going to Arizona, and it cost me only $10 to ship. So I was happy to take that because I did have free shipping on it. Had they offered me $175 on the East Coast, I probably would have. I would have countered a little bit higher, but. Yeah, they are pretty loud. They play a lot of music. I don't generally, this particular one was new, so I did not test it because I would have had to take all of the pieces out of the box and scratch them up and open it up. So
Debbie says that she'd be scared to ship a clock. The nice thing about this one is it was already in its own packaging, right?
Right. All I had to do was put it on an exterior box. In an exterior box, I put some big bubble wrap on top of it to protect it, and shrink wrapped it on so it was tight, and then I put it in an outer box, and there you go. It's lightweight. They're very lightweight. Exactly. Grandma, it probably weighed about 6 pounds boxed, and 2 pounds of it was the box.
Hip Flip and Mama, Kelly says she hasn't taken off her Mike Tyson KO t-shirt since she put it on, and then she slept in it. But she says she'll put a clean Mike Tyson t-shirt on in the morning.
Brenda,
that's a t-shirt I found for her and sold her, so it's a pretty cute one. She likes the boxing tees.
And Brenda, no, they are not padded poly bags. It's just a regular poly bag, no padding.
Anyway, all right. So the next one I sold, this one, I'm really, really happy I sold it. This is not necessarily to say, hey, go out and buy these jackets. I actually got this at one of the Ross stores just during the holidays. It was on clearance, but I still paid like $30 for it. I actually bought 3 of them. And so I bought 3 of these jackets. Took a while to sell any of them. There was one that was a different size, so it wasn't part of this listing. So this is the last one that's left. There was one that I sold a couple months ago, and then they immediately, like later that week, opened a return and said it fit weird. So I was like, oh, because I had I did free shipping and blah, blah, blah. And I think I'd taken like a lower offer on it. Luckily, they ended up never sending it back, so the return case was closed out, and it never actually got returned. But this one sold for $90.99. So I'm happy to start making my money back on these. I thought they were really cool jackets. They're like these really cool. They're like a denim trucker jacket, but they're actually cycling jackets. So you can see they go down further in the back, and they're just really cool. And they're like vented and everything. So I really thought I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna sell these like crazy. And no, they haven't really been moving. But I was happy to have this sale.
We got Rita in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute. She hasn't been in here in a bit.
What's up, Rita?
Okay, so we've got this weird thing. I did show this in a haul. Probably had this for a couple months now. I did take an offer on this. I took an offer for $80, again, because it was being shipped closely. So it was being shipped to Colorado. And Colorado from here is like whatever that zone 2 or whatever it may be. So it wasn't super heavy or expensive to ship. It cost me about $15 to ship it, even though it's a pretty heavy item. So again, I always weigh where the offers are coming from, if they're coming from, you know, where they're coming from, and that's going to, if it's a big item and a heavy item, so
yeah,
it's going to definitely determine how I'm going to, you know, accept the offer. So I sold it, like I said, I took an offer for $80, and it's off to its new home, this crazy quack medicine thing.
Crazy. All right, this next one, I think it's funny that I sold this.
Oh, and I had paid $10 for it. Sorry, I keep forgetting to say how much I paid. I paid $10 at an estate sale a couple of months ago.
So this is actually a t-shirt I got in Oregon, and I remember getting it and Vicky being like, oh, so weird. Like sometimes I get t-shirts and she's like, I don't understand. Because she just thinks it's weird that like people are gonna, like somebody's gonna buy,
some random person's gonna be like, hey, I can't wait to have that zucchini festival t-shirt.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest freaking thing to me. Like, hey, I'm gonna go shop on eBay and look for a zucchini festival shirt.
Actually, they were shopping on Etsy when they got their zucchini festival t-shirt.
Whatever, okay? It's freaking weird.
I love it, and I love the graphic on the back. So this is a 1995 Hayward Zucchini Festival. I love this. I love this this graphic on the back. The little zucchini guys. They're rocking out. It's Zoo Rock and Zoo Roll. It's so
weird.
Stupid. Anyway, so really, I mean, I got it in Oregon, so that means it hasn't really been listed for all that long. So let's go ahead and check and see how much it sold for. Again, you guys can use Flipper Tools to look up prices for free, Etsy sold prices, as well as eBay best offer. And so you just go ahead and look here. And I sold it for $36. I mean, you know, not like a crazy
for
amount of
a
money.
Weird used zucchini festival t-shirt. It's freaking weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
hey, my first job ever was picking zucchini when I was 12 years old. And so I did it for 2 summers. So zucchini I have a love-hate relationship with zucchini. So, because I really hated that job.
It could be Hayward, California. It could be Hayward, Wisconsin. Could be Hayward anywhere in the U.S.
Honestly. I don't know.
Look up and see where they have a zucchini festival in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the town of Hayward.
Anyway, I thought it was a really cool sale. So whatevs. Next one for you.
Okay, so this is one that I picked up.
Oh, this is your coolest sale.
Yeah, this would have might have been my coolest sale, because I do charge for shipping on Etsy on my bigger items. So this person did pay for shipping on this. It weighed about 5 pounds, a little bit, actually less than 5 pounds, even though it looks big and has the aluminum frame. It's that super lightweight aluminum frame. So this was an very easy to ship item. I paid $5 for it. This sold to a prop company, a prop theater company in New York City. They paid $20 shipping, and that's pretty much what it cost. I think it cost me about $23, $24 to ship. I paid $5 for it, and it sold for
what?
$170.
What? That's crazy. Well, and when she told me that she sold it to a prop company, I was like, or for some show or a stage show or something, I was like, oh, that's perfect. What's great about a sale like that is, you know, you're not going to get a return on it, because it's not like they're going to get it. It's not like an individual who's going to get it and be like, oh, well, I saw this on the thing, but when I got in person, I didn't really like the condition it was in, or it doesn't quite fit the way I like it on my back, or whatever reason somebody might have for wanting to return something. It's not going to happen when somebody's buying it for a prop for a movie, because they just want the look. That's all they care about. They got it. They're not going to waste time trying to return it or anything like that. So it's just like an awesome sale.
I love selling to prop and theater companies. I've sold to them all over the world. I've sold to the Royal Theatre of London. I've sold to several places in New York. I've sold to lots of different movie studios and television shows. I've never, ever had so much as a return. They don't leave feedback either for the most part, but I've never had a return. I don't care about feedback.
You just know that there's not going to be any hassle around.
Thank you. I will take your money.
Yep, exactly. All right, my last sale is this Calvin Klein denim trucker jacket, and this one actually went, I believe it went to France. And so, and again, you guys, we talk about being a sizist. You're a sizist. You are. This is a small. People sit there and you know, they're like, oh, should I even buy something if it's a small size? Seriously, don't worry about it. If it's something that people want, there's gonna be somebody out there that wants it that's tiny. Come on. So this one, let's see, what did it sell for? It sold for $70. So it sold for $70, and because it went to, I believe it went to France, they also paid, I think they were charged like $22.50 for shipping. So had I sold this domestically, it would have cost me another, well, I would have to buy the label on Pirate Ship because it was Etsy, so it would have cost me $7.55 to ship it. But because I sold it overseas, it cost me nothing to ship it. I used the simple export rate to basically ship it for, I think, like 17. Was it?
So you made a little bit more money.
Yeah. So I made like more than $10 more on the sale because I did my own international shipping. You guys, I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over and over again because I just want you to know there was one day this week I put it in my Instagram. I made $54 in one day extra because I was doing my own international shipping. Okay. So when I'm making hundreds of dollars a week on international sales plus the shipping, it's like, do I care if maybe one time in the year something goes wrong? Not really.
Did I say wicked? They're all making fun of me in the chat. I hear wicked.
Wicked awesome.
Sorry. I'm from Rhode Island. It's what we do. Rhode Island, Massachusetts, wicked.
Yeah, pretty much.
So a lot of people in the chat talking about zucchini bread. I have to say that's one of my favorites too. My mother is the worst cook on the planet. I know she's not watching this because she can't figure out the YouTubes. She is just a horrible cook. But the one or two things that she makes really, really well is homemade zucchini bread and banana bread from scratch. So I do like me a good zucchini bread.
Yeah, probably because with that she actually follows a recipe and like.
No, she makes it from scratch. She doesn't use a recipe.
What?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
From memory. So it's weird.
See, it's like my parents. My mom, terrible cook. My dad, he's okay when it comes to your basic stuff. Like he can make I've
only had one meal.
I know you've only had one meal. That's what, if you would let me finish. My parents both not great cooks. My dad, he did have a go-to, which was beef stew, and that was always delicious. It was just like, because
I think I would have preferred the beef stew to the whatever that stuffing.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, my point is, but it's like he somehow had this one. He has this one magical thing he can make, and that's pancakes. And I'm not even a fan of pancakes, and he doesn't measure anything. He eyeballs it. And I've even tried to make the pancakes in his presence while he was telling me how much to put into it. And it didn't turn out the same way, but he makes these pancakes and they are unbelievably amazing, perfect pancakes. I've never had pancakes like his. Everything else he makes, yeah.
Yeah.
My mom put wild chestnuts in enchiladas once, so
that's just wrong.
It's right up the same alley as like your mom and her cooked broccoli salad in a salad with grapes.
Freaking gross.
Why?
Considering we're both pretty good cooks, I don't know how that happened, but
yeah. Sunny, this is how you make money on international shipping. First of all, I ship everything free domestically, and that's because it makes sense to. I add the shipping costs into my price. It brings me up higher in the search. It's just better that way. And so I do free shipping domestically, but because they pay their shipping internationally, but they pay the same basic price, the same listed price for an item, I basically make that. If it's going to cost me $7 to ship something domestically and they pay for it, that's $7 more I made on the sale. And then on top of that, they are being charged retail rates for international shipping, calculated retail rates. So on Etsy, it's $22.50 up to 2 pounds. And then I use the simple export rate on Pirate Ship, which gives us really, really good discounts on first class international. And it ends up being like
16 and change.
Yeah, like $17. So they pay $22.50. I pay $17 right there. That's another $5.50 add that to the 7, well over $10. So
Joan, if we're blurry, just hit refresh on your computer and that should help you with that.
Yeah.
And do we want to get into our scores now? Scores?
Yeah. Let's talk about what you did this week, because we sourced separately other than the Hoarder house.
We did. So
what'd you do for sourcing this week?
So first was last Sunday. Right after our show, we went to the Hoarder house with Dorothy and got some first dibs on some good items there. I spent a bit. I spent $250 there, and I think I only picked up about 10 things, but the 10 things I picked up are really, really good. And I'll show you the highlights of those. But I went to a couple of garage sales yesterday. We went to Goodwill on Friday night after we had gone out, grabbed a bite to eat.
I didn't get anything, but I was just kind of hanging out, looking for stuff for her.
And I went to an auction last weekend and picked up some stuff as well.
Yeah. So you were like all over the place, all over the place. And then I did my usual, hit the usual thrift stores and stuff like that. I also did some bulk buys. I have a guy now who I have every week now for probably the last month. I've been doing a bulk buy online. I met him through a Facebook group. And let me tell you, I've done
some consistent stuff.
Yeah, I've done bulk buys before, and it can be a little bit risky just because you don't get as many pictures. It's like usually it's a bunch of stuff and you're paying a price. You're not entirely sure what the condition is going to be. And to be honest, I've been disappointed plenty of times before, but it's never been quite enough for me to like make a big deal about it. And so it's, it's a little bit of a risk. So being able to find somebody who I can consistently get bulk buys from that I'm happy with, and he charges like crazy cheap prices, like I'm totally fine with it. I'm happy with it, because that means every week so now it's like I'm always paying attention, waiting for him to post something so I can be like, yeah. So I've got one coming this next week, and then I've got another one ordered that hasn't shipped yet. So I'm covered for the next 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, and you purchased from Barry too.
Yes, and I purchased stuff from Barry as well. So
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
all over the place.
Yeah, which when I purchased from Barry, we're like out in the Savers parking lot. I mean,
it's
just
like doing a drug deal in the parking lot at Savers out of the back of the car.
Pretty much.
But the drugs are t-shirts.
Yeah.
And streetwear.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, oh yeah, so Sandra has a good point when it comes to, it might just be that for whatever reason your computer's not processing fast enough for whatever if you have it on HD or whatever quality you have it on. So either way, you can change it from like 720 to whatever, so just pick some of the different settings that might be better for you. So,
all right, let's get into it.
All right, you got some stuff to share or what?
I do.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Come on.
So I'm going to share some clothing first. I know you guys like when I do the hard goods, so I'm just going to blast through some clothing.
Show us the hard goods.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a vintage shirt or not, but I picked this up at a garage sale yesterday, and I thought it was pretty cool. I think it's a shirt that Katie would have picked up. It says "I love hip hop." It's not made in the US, but it is, and it's double stitched, so it's probably not vintage, or it might be borderline vintage. What was cool about it, it's got the little ghetto blaster on the back, but inside the heart it has like 1,000 different names of like hip hop artists. So I thought that was pretty kind of cool. It's like real small in there. It's got like Eric B and Rakim and Sir Mix-a-Lot and all different kinds of stuff in there, Beastie Boys. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I just like that. I'm gonna probably sell it for at least 30 or 40 bucks. I'd hate $1. So I went to a garage sale yesterday that was out of control. Like, I wish I had gone earlier in the day. I got there about 8:30. I probably should have gone earlier in the day because it was a mob. I came home and I bought a bunch of stuff. I came home, I grabbed Katie and brought her back with me to help me dig because that's how much it was. And in the meantime, between going home and literally it was like 3 streets away, and coming back, half of the stuff was gone. I probably just should have just piled it all.
I was in the other room taking pictures and I kept hearing her say, there was so much there. I should have gotten more. I wish I hadn't left so early. I could have gotten more. And finally came out, I'm like, do you want to go back and see if there's some more? And then I walk away and she doesn't say anything. And then I'm like, hello, do you want to go back? And she was like, I don't want to go back with myself. And I was like, I go, what I meant to say was, would you like me to go back with you? Because it was literally like around the corner. And so she was like, yeah. So she's real good at being real sad Saddy Sadson.
Yep.
And making.
So anyway, everything at this garage sale was $1 to $2. And let me just show you some of the highlights, and I'll do it pretty quickly.
Hip Flip and Mama wants to know the size, I think, on that t-shirt.
Oh, I'll tell you after, Kelly. Just send me a message to remind me. It's already.
It's probably your size.
I think it's like an XL or a 2XL. It's already across the room. I tossed it. It's a big one.
Pretty sure it was at least an XL.
Okay, so this is a nice Betsy Johnson dress. It's a silk crepe dress. It's really, real pretty. It paid $2 for this. It's Betsy Johnson, so it's at least a $50 dress. This is a brand that I don't normally pick up because it doesn't have a great resale value anymore. You know, at least not good enough for me. Not to say that there aren't some key pieces that do well, but this is a Chico's brand. And the only reason I picked it up is because it's new with tags and it retailed for $150. And it's just a really long open front
fancy
sweater.
That's a gold. That's a gold.
Yeah, it's like a long brocade sweater. So again,
brocade.
It was $1. So I'll probably sell it for like 40 to 50. I'm okay with that.
I think I'm gonna start saying to my friends, "What's up, brocade? What's happening, brocade?"
Okay, so the other thing that I picked up is a bunch of Lily Pulitzer. So $1, new with tags, Lily Pulitzer skirts. I'm only showing you some of them. I probably picked up about 6 different Lily items. Well, maybe 8, because I think I'm going to show you 6. Lily Pulitzer dress, $2.
Lisa says nice manipulation skills.
Thank you very much.
You guys, it was pretty transparent that she was manipulating.
Thank you, Lisa.
But it's not so much that like she got to my feelers. It was more like I needed her to stop and shut up.
To shut me up.
I needed her to shut up, and I'm like, okay, we're going back over there. We're gonna get some more crap, and I'm gonna come home and get my work done.
Another Lily Pulitzer tunic. Again, the Lily was all $2 each. A Lily Pulitzer wrap dress.
When we went back, she only charged you $1 a piece.
Yeah, this is a wrap dress. Most of these items were either new with tags or I took them off dry cleaning hangers and took the bags off them. This is a Catherine Malandrino dress. This one came off the dry cleaners. So let me just show the tag on this one. She has some high end and some lower end. This one just really felt nice. So this is the tag on that. If you're not familiar, it kind of looks like a cheesy tag, but it's not. It is a high-end brand, and it's a real pretty sweater dress, lightweight sweater dress. That was $1.
Okay. I like what you're showing, okay.
Shut up. Another Betsy Johnson dress.
Fancy.
So the Catherine dress I might sell for as much as $75, but the Betsy Johnson and the Lily pieces are higher than that for the most part. And I know I'm showing a lot, but I'm just getting through it because all I'm showing is the clothing is this one little batch. Another little Lily skirt. This one's probably only going to be like a $30 or $40 piece. It's a cotton tennis skirt. A Lily pair of shorts. Oh no, this is a skirt too. Another skirt. Another $30, $40.
Nice, nice.
And that's it for clothes. I did have some other pieces, but
I hear you. Shopping for dresses, shoot me now. Yeah, that was pretty much me when I went back over there. I was like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't know any of the labels, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. But
the Lily skirts and dresses are all they're like size 4, 6, and 8, depending on which ones they are.
I think what they would rather you show us the hard goods.
Yeah. So I know. So I just wanted to show them because I literally I think I have like 5 more items downstairs. I paid a total of $20 at this house for a lot of items.
Yeah,
15 items or so.
Well, and then she had stuff out, and then behind it she had like garbage bags filled with clothing, but she hadn't gone through them yet. I did actually find these really awesome Adidas original like little running shorts that had like the trefoil on them, and I picked them up and I was like, oh awesome, I'm holding them. And then she walks up and she's like, oh, those are mine, those are for sale. And I'm like, it's like the one cool thing I found. But anyway, all right, so I'm gonna right out the gate I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you something really awesome that I got. So this I got from this guy that I've been doing bulk buys from. Now most of the stuff I do bulk buys, it's stuff that he's thrifted. He goes to like a lot of thrift stores, and like yesterday he went to the flea market, and he pretty much showed like all his flea market finds, and I basically was like, just box them up and send them to me. So I did actually buy all that stuff from him last night. Some super awesome stuff, lots of really cool vintage. He's over in Pennsylvania, so it's lots of like, you're gonna see, you've already been seeing more of like Pittsburgh Pirates and different Pittsburgh teams and stuff like that. But he did find something last week that was dead stock, new with tags, and I was like, dude, what is it? I want it. Give it to me right now. Let me give you my money.
Give it to me.
Give it to me right now. Now, you guys know how I feel about pants, but sometimes I will make an exception, okay? What we have right here is dead stock Nike tracksuit from the 80s, new with tags. So I already took pictures, guys. You'll be impressed. I already took pictures of these.
Of pants.
Yes, of pants. I went ahead. I was like the first thing I'm taking pictures of when I did my pictures yesterday. I'm like, I'm getting this out of the way because I hate doing it. So here's the pants. This is a size large. Really nice. But seriously, this is, let me show you the tag. This is vintage 80s. But I love made in Japan. Vintage 80s, made in Japan. We've got new with tags, dead stock. Look at that. Look at that sweet. Let's see, how do I turn it right? There we go. Nike, Beaverton, Oregon. Look at that. New with tags, dead stock. I paid $65 for this tracksuit. I intend to sell it at a minimum $200. I'm going to try to get $300. We will see.
Grandma Cheap says crispy crotch. That was funny.
Grandma Cheap.
Hands down, fingers up. That's the best.
Grandma Cheap. Bless you. Seriously, but I'm going to sell this for minimum $200. I'm going to start out trying to get $300 for it. Dead stock, new with tags. Oh yeah. But seriously, this is why, it doesn't matter where you live. There are ways that you can source good stuff. Now, I did have to pay up quite a bit for it, but that's where knowing the value of the items that you buy comes in handy, because you can spend up a little bit. So that's one of my most exciting things for this week. All right, next thing I have here. This is pretty cool. I don't even know necessarily how much I'm going to sell this for. This is just a really cool UNLV hockey jersey. Now, I haven't done a whole lot of research yet. I don't know. I don't think they even have a hockey team. I don't know if they have a hockey team or when they had a hockey team. I was able to find a few comps, but it was all UNLV Runnin' Rebels hockey jersey. And like I said, I think last week I mentioned the Runnin' Rebels that's actually their basketball team. So it was just a hockey jersey of their basketball team. So I'm not entirely sure of the comps on this, but I think it's a really nice jersey. I'm going to see if I can get $100 for this. I may not.
I just never pick up the UNLV stuff. I know some of it sells. Because it's so plentiful here, but.
Yeah, but I do really well with it. I do really, really well with it. This is a really nice one, and I could not find this specific one at all. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to get, this is 90s. I'm going to try to get $100 if I can, 80 to 100, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool. So she said, but it's at UNLV. Whatever, guys. I've sold some really good stuff.
And Sunny, the question is, Wilson jogging suit the same value? No, not at all.
No.
Wilson, nobody's collecting Wilson anything.
No,
for the most part.
When it comes to streetwear, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's Nike and Adidas is pretty much where it's
Nike,
at.
Adidas, sometimes Reebok.
Yeah, sometimes, but not at the level that Nike and Adidas are at the top of the list as far as that vintage streetwear, as far as stuff like jogging suits.
Wilson is not a sought after brand.
Yeah.
Let's see what.
Do we run auctions? For the most part, no. But speaking of auctions, you are doing some auctions this week.
I am. I actually have 25 auctions going right now. So you guys all saw my last week. I talked about all the dolls, right? All the dolls that I got. All the dolls are listed. They're all photographed, cleaned, listed, all except one. I'm still doing a little research on. But every single doll is photographed and listed. And I put the majority of them in auction. And here's why. Dolls, especially older vintage dolls, are really subjective to collectors as far as their condition. And so finding an exact comp is going to be fairly difficult. Usually you can go somewhere in the middle and what have you. Most of these were in fairly poor condition, poor to medium condition for their age. So I started them very low in auction just to see how much interest I would get, because I had a chunk going up of the same type of thing at the same time. And doll collectors are a certain buyer. So one thing is that I have one that is I started that has something like 40 watchers and already has 12 bids and is over just about $200. So I did get most of those. I got all of them listed anyway. So they're in auction. Even if they go for opening bid, I'm fine.
But that's like kind of I just want to make sure people understand it's kind of a unique thing, because for one thing, there's a really strong community of doll collectors that probably have search alerts going on their eBay at all times. Because that's the thing with auctions. For the most part,
of them have watchers.
For the most part, with something like eBay, people just want to buy what they want to buy. They want to buy it now. And for an auction to be successful, it has to be something super desirable, that there's multiple people wanting the same thing, that are willing to bid and push the bidding up. And something like dolls, like that's more likely to work.
I have all of my dolls listed. I have everything except 2 of the items that I got from the Hoarder house last Sunday listed. So 90. I probably only have about 20 items left over from last weekend that are not listed yet, but they're all photographed.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Thrifty Adventures, I would not do an auction on a Sharp CD radio with speakers new in box. Do you have access to Terapeak yet? Because I'll give you solds for the last year. And it's like, even if you don't have the exact same item, you can look at similar things and see the comps, like how much is the highest something similar has gone for, to get an idea. Because it's not, I mean, with something like that, it's not going to like take off and you're going to end up selling it for hundreds of dollars. More likely, in the 7 days that you have it listed in auction, only a handful of people will see it and somebody will get a crazy good deal that's going to be too bad for you.
Kelly, yes, I did list the fuzzy skin baby. It's called a My Child doll, and it actually happens to be the rarest version of the My Child doll. It's a Hispanic doll. So that's the doll that has 11 bids. It's at $200 right now, and I think it can go for as high as $300 or $400. I guess we'll find out middle of the week.
Yeah. All right, so I just have a couple of things left before I'll turn it back over to you. This is a cool vintage sweatshirt. I like it because it's Bel Air Country Club. I don't know anything about the Bel Air Country Club, but it does make me think of
Fresh
Prince of Bel Air. But I think it's like, this is definitely like a cool sweatshirt that will probably do well, like in the streetwear community.
Who's going to start some Fresh Prince lyrics?
Go for it now.
I need the first line, and then I can do it. I don't remember what the first line was.
You guys, we need some help out there in chat land. Somebody get her started. But anyway, I think that I don't know when I'm going to price this out, but I'll probably go high. I'll try to sell it for at least $50, $60 to start out with and just see what happens. Because of course it does bring to mind the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And so it's a pretty cool sweatshirt.
Somebody give me the first line of this show and I'll know it.
In West Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in the neighborhood.
That's it.
Got one little fight. My mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air."
Oh, and Teresa went in and
did the second verse. Thank you.
She Googled. Something tells me Teresa did not come up with those lyrics off the top of her head. I'm just saying. All right, last thing, and then
that was off the top of my head.
I understand. Oh, we're aware. We're aware.
Allison, damn, Gina, stop.
So this is my last thing I have before we'll go back to Vicky to start looking at some of her hard goods, and then I have a bunch of t-shirts because this week for me, t-shirts, it's all been about t-shirts. I've got some crazy awesome stuff, unbelievable stuff. The stuff I found in the Hoarder house. So good. All right, so this I got at one of the Savers. Check this out. Jayco jeans, denim jacket, denim trucker jacket. It's all embroidered. Look at the back, says Jayco jeans USA. Very nice. Very nice.
That's a really cool one.
I love this one. I haven't done any research, any comps to look. Cause I don't think I've ever found a jean jacket.
The thing is that
made in the USA.
Oh, see, that's awesome. So it's definitely vintage Jayco jeans. First version, so this is going to be late 80s, early 90s, which is awesome. I've never found a jean jacket.
I'm gonna try and sell it for $100.
I think
you just watch me. You just watch me, guys. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, we'll hand it over to you.
Joan asked, are Sundays the best day to end an auction? It used to be. That used to be the case because most people are home around Sundays, so Sunday evenings. But
people
honestly,
have these everywhere.
Yeah, people have phones everywhere. You're auctioning and selling your items to people all over the world that are all in different time zones. So that is no longer the case.
Yeah.
It pretty much start and end whenever you'd like, except maybe you probably don't want to end an auction in the middle of the night if most of your sales are going somewhere in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yeah, no specific day is
it really doesn't matter. If it's something somebody really wants, they're going to be paying attention to it. And it gives them alerts, and it's like you get alerts on your phone whenever I'm watching, even if I'm just watching something on auction. Occasionally I will put in a bid. I'm getting alerts multiple times the last day of it on my phone. Almost everybody's getting the same, so just don't worry about it.
Yeah. So this is one of the items that I picked up at an auction, I should say. I did pick up a few things. So first of all, one of the things I picked up was 3 Burberry jackets, and I paid $45 a piece for them in auction. I left some, I used some left bids. I didn't stay in person for the auction. So I did look at them very quickly. I had assumed that they were genuine because they put that they were genuine. Usually when they do that, they guarantee authenticity. But I did win them at $40 a piece or $45 a piece with the premium. I got them home and they were faker than hell. So to be honest, to give the auctioneers credit, Dorothy helped me out there and we made a little phone call because I hadn't been there in many, many years and I didn't want to cause a big ruckus. And usually at an auction, it's buyer beware. Mm-hmm. But she was assured me that they, if they say something is real, then they will stand behind it. So they actually gave me my money back on those. So they would have been a fantastic score at $40 a piece, but they were fake as hell.
Right.
So
Allison, we need to get our denim short overalls together with my jacket and that'd make a sweet outfit.
Oh, I have some pants or jorts as they call them, or shants. So anyway, so that was one of the things that I bought in auction and I was sorely disappointed, but they did give me a refund, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, this was the other thing that I picked up. It is a vintage Pendleton from the 1960s, a Pendleton blanket. And it has the emblem of a school, so it's a stadium blanket.
Interesting.
The thing about this is that it's a girls' school, but it's a school in Scotland. What? So it's pretty cool. It's a private school in Scotland. And it came in the blanket in a bag. They call them like a stadium bag. Some of these bags, if they're in fantastic leather bags. This is just a cheesy vinyl bag.
But it has the Pendleton tag on it.
It has the Pendleton tag. It says Pendleton robe in a bag. It was like a stadium blanket robe. I don't know why they call it a robe. And it has a little cushion, so it's for you sitting on the cushion, sitting in the stadium, and you have the flat blanket when you're watching games. So anyway, I have it listed for about $150. It may or may not sell anywhere around there. I don't know how much interest there will be in it. I did pay $40 for it. It's a private women's university in Scotland, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. The jean jacket is a large, by the way. This is a large, so it's probably oversized for a large because of the style.
Because of when it was.
Yeah. As far as the Burberry being fake, what made it obviously fake?
Once I got it home and start to research the styles and the tags and things like that, the tags were just completely out of whack. The major Burberry tag was pretty good, but one of the items had a label that was like vinyl and was lifting and peeling, and it's just not Burberry quality. The other one had some style name in it that was in Chinese. They were completely messed up. Once I was able to really get in there and look at them, the other thing was one of the jackets was a long Burberry cashmere like overcoat, and it was not cashmere. It was like cheap wool, if it was anything. Once I got it home, you can tell quality.
Usually tell quality. Usually the fake stuff is not really well made. Like I've come across a couple of totally fake North Face jackets or Adidas, and the stitching is always like all messed up, and any embroidery, it just doesn't look very good. When you really look closely at it, you start to see like some telltale signs. Mm-hmm. Allison's mom is from Scotland. Does she have like an awesome Scottish accent?
Oh, I love that. My friend Johnny's mom is from Scotland, and she's got the cutest accent. Johnny, it's really cute.
Is that your Scottish accent?
Yeah, it's my bad Scottish accent. Sorry, I suck.
Johnny.
So this is one that actually Katie picked up for me when we went to Goodwill. I never really look at framed pictures or things in the frame section at the thrift stores unless I'm looking for something for myself to hang on a wall I'm looking for a frame that I want to, you know, empty out. But this is a vintage poster behind glass. Let's see if you can see it without me reflecting everywhere on you. It's a Tupac poster, but it's an original poster from the 90s. So, and apparently these sell for like a couple $100. So I paid $7.99. I'm hoping to get about 150 for it. I'm going to take it out of the frame. I'm not going to sell it in the frame, but make sure that it's it has the date and everything on the bottom.
First,
make sure it's not all jacked up.
I couldn't find any comps on it when I was there. I just could find nothing that looked like it. And then I was like, you know what? I went and told her, I'm like, just buy this. I go, it's a hunch. I don't know.
I hadn't even seen it.
It says 97. I think it's 97 is on it. I'm like, I think you can sell this. I think it's worth paying $8 for it. So just buy it. And then after she bought it, I finally found one of the same poster on WorthPoint that had been rolled up, and then obviously, you know, when you get smashed, so when you unroll it, it's got all the roll marks all the way across it, and that had sold for $80. But there's none of this one available anywhere. It's just it's what I would consider like a rare image, and it's, you know, it's vintage and it's in pretty good condition. There might be some stuff on the edges, but so I think you could try. I mean, I think it'll be cool to see what it goes for.
So now I'm going to get into a couple of the things that I got at the Hoarder house, and then I'll let Katie show some more stuff. So one of the things that I picked up, if Angie's in the chat, I paid $2. It's a vintage teeth rattler, as she calls it. So it's a vintage personal massager.
Ooh,
Sanyo,
it's made in Japan. I like the orange.
It's 70 orange.
Very nice.
Grandma Cheap Cheap. No, it does not have an autograph. If it was autographed by Tupac, damn, it would be like
that would be
$1,000. But anyway, so
Allison, damn, Tupac, Gina.
Yep, it's a vintage teeth rattler, tooth chipper, whatever you want to call it. You guys are funny. Anyway, I always pick these up, as you know.
Yeah, plugs in. So you gotta make sure you have your extension cord, guys.
Yes, it plugs in. Like you need to like kickstart this. You can
make sure you get one of those heavy duty orange extension cords, so you know that you're safe. You don't want any like electrical problems.
No, the vibrator's not autographed. Weirdo. But they do sell. Anyway, plugged it in. It's working. This will probably sell for about 60 or 75 bucks. So that came from the Hoarder's house. Not safe for water.
Can't handle it.
Some do get autographed, actually. Well, I'm not even going to get into that. Never mind. Okay, so this is the stuff that's interesting from the Hoarder house. So as we said, that she is a big collector. Plus, if any of you have seen the video, she was a big collector of specific items. Raggedy Ann and Andy stuff, Snow White stuff, Wizard of Oz stuff, Disney in general, but specifically Snow White, and she had a loved Snow White. So one of the things I picked up was this pin set. I paid $5 for this set. It's a vintage pins. I shouldn't say vintage. It's not vintage. It's like 2002, I think it was. Pin set, and it's one that sells for about $100. So that was kind of cool. And then another Disney thing that I picked up, well, it's not Disney, it's Wizard of Oz. This is a Hallmark thing, so she had a bazillion Hallmark everything, right? So I paid $5 for this. This will sell. I have it listed for about $100 right now once my sale hits, but it'll probably sell for around $75. That's what they sell for, about $75. Yeah, Thrifty Adventures. Ooh, Disney. Lots of Disney stuff. So I'll start with those two, and now Katie can...
Yeah, I should have done this before, but I was trying to separate out some stuff. But okay, I'll start with...
She did not have several of the personal massagers. No.
I'll start with the t-shirts that I found, that I got at the... Somebody said they thought it was funny that we kept referring to it as the Hoarder house. But I mean, that's what it was.
That was the only teeth rattler that I found, so yeah. Sorry.
So here's the thing about that house. I think when Vicky videotaped it, she showed the closet, and you could see just lots and lots and lots of t-shirts, and there were
t-shirts and sweatpants, super neat.
So many t-shirts, and so I started going through them, and it was just like cat t-shirt, American flag t-shirt, cat t-shirt, American flag t-shirt, but all the good stuff was at the back. And what was funny is I ended up coming out with I had 30 t-shirts. I had just all in my arms, and the guy that had bought all the stuff before he sold everything to Dorothy. He's like, yeah, I started to look through the t-shirts, but I just got tired of all the cat t-shirts and America stuff that I just quit looking. And so I was like, well, how much do you want for these? And I thought he would go through them, and he was just like $1 a piece. So I paid $30 for 30 t-shirts. And there was a lot of just basic stuff that I'll probably be trading into Buffalo Exchange. But there was some really, really cool stuff. Now, this is one of my favorites. I don't know that it'll sell for a lot, but Ronnie McDowell, not to be confused with Roddy McDowell. Ronnie McDowell, he was a musician. His actual claim to fame is he wrote some tribute song to Elvis after Elvis died. So I think that's why she probably went and saw this guy play, because she was a big Elvis fan. So Ronnie McDowell, it's signed by Ronnie McDowell. This is from 1981. There's some show in Nashville. But it's such an awesome t-shirt because it's signed. And then I just love what it says on it. It says, older women are beautiful lovers. And you know what? It spoke to me. It spoke to me because I'm like,
because I'm old?
Because I'm like, older women really are beautiful lovers. But seriously, guys, this is an amazing t-shirt. I paid a whole $1 for this. I'm going to sell it for at least $5,000. No, but seriously, this is Nashville North, 1981, signed by Ronnie McDowell. So, see, at least it says amen to that. I was paying you a compliment, my older lady. Okay.
Well, see, I just realized that with Sandra is a bit of a cougar. Her wife is in her 20s.
See? So she agrees.
And they make fun of me being a cougar. This is only 4 years. I'm not a cougar. She's too old for me to be a cougar.
So there was a lot of like America stuff there.
Allison, so true that Ronnie really gets me.
So there was a lot of America stuff. Most of it was nothing that was noteworthy. I did grab this one because I thought it was a very cool 1991 Operation Desert Storm. So this is from during that war. So just a really cool t-shirt. I'm sure I'll be able to do well with this one. Again, I paid $1 a piece for all these t-shirts. It's just insane.
You guys in the chat are killing me right now.
Yep.
Funny.
All right. So then, oh wait, hold on, guys. I think I lost one of my t-shirts that I wanted to show. Here it is. Right here. So then I was super excited because bam, here we go. She liked her country, guys. Look at this. Judd's 1989. This is River of Time, 1989. Awesome.
Grandpa.
Awesome t-shirt. Yep, that's a good song. I like it. Anyway, so the Judds, very, very cool. Then I believe I silently squealed to myself because I didn't want to give myself away because I'm like, I don't know how much he's going to charge for these t-shirts. But I was trying not to get too excited back there. So I'm like silently, going like this, looking through all these t-shirts and like piling them up and being like, ooh. Guys, Kenny Rogers live 1986 tour.
Keelan kisses Mama, he's crazy and only has 2 tubes. That's the line of the show right there. Oh my God.
Right there, guys. Right there. And by the way, the first really cool vintage t-shirts I found there were a bunch of California Raisin t-shirts. There were like 6 or 7 of them. And she was like, I'm keeping all the California Raisin t-shirts. And I was like real sad about it until I found one of these awesome t-shirts. And I'm like, you know what? You can have all those. And I wouldn't tell her what I found. I was just kept saying, you can have all those California Raisin t-shirts because I get the rest of the t-shirts. And she was like, what did you get? Anyway.
Dorothy said, I found 8. You found 8. What? 2 frattlers?
All right. So this is my favorite. This is the best thing I found in that house. My favorite thing. It's going to go for, I think I can sell it for about $200. Now, I love The Wizard of Oz. It is one of my favorite movies. It was one of my mom's favorite movies when she was a kid. So I grew up with a love for The Wizard of Oz. And so I was super, super excited when I saw this t-shirt. I just could not believe it because this is the first one that I found that was a really noteworthy t-shirt from the closet. And I was like,
because you had to dig through the cats to find it.
You guys, I can't even handle this. Check it out. All over print, vintage Wizard of Oz t-shirt. Okay. As you can see, this is from 1992. Now, maybe you're a Wizard of Oz fan and you're like, oh, that's a really cool t-shirt. But there's more to it. First of all, it's in like amazing condition. She took really good care of everything.
Everything she had, she took good care of for sure.
This is actually a Stanley DeSantis t-shirt. Now,
do a little Google.
Pay attention to this. Look up on eBay. Look up Stanley DeSantis t-shirt. Look at solds. Sort, highest to lowest. I believe he actually was an actor too. If you look him up, but he did like he designed like a lot of these T-shirts, and there's like I've sold one from Scream 2 that I sold for like $80. He did like a bunch of like movie type stuff, Hollywood type stuff, and his T-shirts sell for a lot of money. There's several of these listed right now that are listed for like 150, 180, 190.
Oh, it's DeSantis with it. Okay, sorry,
yeah, DeSantis. So I'm going to sell this for like 200. I'm going to go a little bit higher because I'm also going to have it listed on Etsy, and there's a good chance it'll sell on Etsy before it even sells on eBay. So this right here, $200 shirt in amazing condition, all over print. Gorgeous. Oh. I told her I was gonna sleep with it because it's so much. It's so much.
It's so funny.
But then I remembered older women are beautiful lovers. What do you got?
Ridiculous.
What do you got?
Oh, I can tell I got a Cantu bro messaging me on a pair of sneakers right now. Those vintage Tommy Hilfiger spelled out sneakers. Somebody just sent me a message. I have them listed for like $130.
See, Teresa, holy moly, Twin Peaks DeSantis, $400.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, if you ever find a T-shirt that says Stanley DeSantis on the tag, it is awesome. It is awesome.
So yeah, so the message I just got was $35 shipped, bro. I want to say, cough, bro. Not even close.
So rude.
Anyway, your shirt sold for $80 in February. So yeah, I think she can that was.
Yeah, but I'll sell it for 200. Somebody undersold it.
Anyway,
I'm selling it for 200. Mark my words, 200.
200. All right, are you doing more?
No, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Okay, so more Hoarder House stuff. So some of the other things that I picked up, I paid $10 a piece for. I have 3 or 4 of these different versions. But I picked up Precious Moments for the most part is not really worth reselling. You know, there a few pieces here and there. Some of the villages, like the Christmas nativity set, sells really well. Pieces from the nativity set sell really well. And if you have a complete nativity set, sells really well. But for the most part, Precious Moments was so prolific that there are so many thousands of them, which Dorothy has every single damn one from that house, I swear, that the majority of the figurines themselves are not worth a ton, unless you have a big lot or a certain collection that does well. One of them is like the birthday train. If you have all of the pieces, that does really well too. So in any case, what I picked up was a bunch of the Noah's Ark and the Sugartown. Sugartown is one of their village collections. So I picked up 4 or 5 of these pieces. This is like a set of, 6 or 7? I can't see the box right now, but 6 or 7. I paid $10. This will probably sell for between 70 and 80. Again, I have it listed fairly high, but because it's not in season right now. So if I take an offer, I'll do about 70 or 80. I think it'll sell for a little bit more if I hold out for the winter.
Very cool.
But everything is new. This is all new in the box, never displayed, never taken out, blah, blah, blah. I paid $10 for it.
Reggie Rivers the Puppet busted out a $2 super chat. That's my cousin James, who also sells on eBay, as well as his dad. My uncle, also sells on eBay. And he loves him some Wizard of Oz because he also was taught from an early age that Wizard of Oz is amazing. So super chat, super chat, yow. What do you got?
Okay, so this is another one. So this is Disney Traditions by Jim Shore. Some Jim Shore is super collectible, some is super common. It really depends on what you have. This is a new in the box item from this. I paid $10 for this as well. This is Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs on a bench. If you can see on the top right there, there is a little, it kind of shows you what it looks like a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, this will sell for about $75 as well. Paid $10 for it. It's again, everything she has is this Disney stuff that is, you know, really, really nice Disney stuff.
Very cool. Very cool.
Let's see. How many more? I've only got like 3 more things.
You want me to show some more T-shirts?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna save my best ones for last. I'm just over here. I'm trying to sort them a little bit. So just a couple of ones that I got.
Oh, Sunny asked a question. Did she have any ballerina and Nutcracker Hallmark tags? Sunny, yes. She had every single Hallmark ornament that's been made in the last 30 years, at least one of them. Yeah. There are at least 1,000 of them. So
very, very cool. So I found some cool vintage T-shirts out and about at the old Savers. This one right here might be one of my favorites, guys. I think some of my friends out there, particularly Sandra and Allison, are really going to get a kick out of this t-shirt. This is actually dead stock, nice and
Crispy.
Ringer tee, guys. This is in beautiful condition. I've seen this tag a bit. My t-shirt, like what a weird tag. But look at this beauty. Mount Gay rum. Refined Eclipse Barbados rum. But this is, and it says on the back, like really big, Mount Gay rum. Because sometimes you just need some gay rum, okay? Okay? It spoke to me. It spoke to me from across the room.
It's actually pretty good rum.
Yeah.
I picked some up in Barbados.
Yep. Actually, this is a really cool t-shirt. And again, it's crispy. It's like in amazing condition. It's brand new. It's never been washed. Like you can tell from the tag and stuff that it's...
You're not going to keep it?
I'm not going to keep it. No. It's an extra large for one thing. It's too big for me. But
yeah, she likes her t-shirts fitted.
I do like them fitted. I do
skin
like them
tight.
Fitted. Yeah. So.
Sandra says she needs it. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool shirt.
It's a really cool shirt. And then I in one of the bulk buys.
Lisa wants to know, when did rum come out of the closet? I don't know.
Apparently the 80s. And then one of the shirts I got in my bulk buy that I did this week is the super cool 1991 Styx tour t-shirt. And this one, I don't think this is like a huge seller, but I think I should be able to get $50 for it. Again, I always get, I tend to get higher prices than anybody else, and especially when I sell on Etsy. But it's in nicely faded condition, Styx t-shirt, Mr. Roboto.
Yep.
So 1981. I got lots and lots of tour t-shirts this week. It's crazy.
Katie likes to wear a size medium men's.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she likes to wear for t-shirts.
Indeed. And so the last one that I got before I get into my last little grouping of t-shirts, this one, I grab t-shirts to trade into Buffalo Exchange, and a lot of times, like a lot of band t-shirts that are not vintage, I will trade in. But just because it's not vintage doesn't mean it's not worth selling. So this one is...
Teresa's going to get a big old groan.
Hey-oh, sticks and stones. Anyway, this is a Marilyn Manson t-shirt from 2003. This is the Grotesque Burlesque Golden Age of Grotesque tour. And this t-shirt, actually, there's not a lot. There's other ones.
Manson has some rabid fans. I told you that. He's got some great fans.
There's a lot of t-shirts out there for this tour. This particular design of this t-shirt, there are not a lot of them. But still, I probably won't get more than about like 40 or so. But it's definitely worth selling myself as opposed to trading in and getting like $7 credit. Yeah. So
I saw Manson a couple of years ago, and it was a very, very disappointing show. He's kind of starting to lose his touch, but
yeah, I've never seen him. Another thing. Anyway, why don't you do the rest of yours, and then I'll get into my last grouping of...
I could get you some more information on that Styx, by the way. My friend Michael played keyboard for the Styx for...
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of them out there, so I don't know what insider information
I could probably get it signed for you.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so these are two of the best pieces that I picked up from the Hoarder House. I did buy a few of them. I wish that there had been more available in their boxes. I would have bought them then. Now Dorothy has them. Dorothy. Come on, so Dorothy has them, and they're really good. So anyway, it's the Lenox Classics, Lenox Crystal, Lenox China, Disney. And this particular piece I have listed right now. The last one sold for $225. It was used. Sold for $225 and then $60 shipping, 60. I did pay $30 for it. I have it listed for about $300 right now. It's the full set of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They're little ornaments. They're anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 inches tall, and it's brand new.
Very cool.
So I'm pretty excited about these, and they're signed and numbered and by Lenox and all that kind of stuff. So
very cool.
Super nice. And they come in these beautiful boxes, which makes it real easy to just put it in an outer box and ship them.
See, now we can say Dorothy like you say Newman. Well, it's Dorothy. Dorothy.
Peter Frampton is always worth going to see. Peter Frampton solo is fantastic. Okay, so Thrifty Adventures. I know I'm killing you. I've got so much good stuff. Go look in my store right now because it's all listed. The other thing I picked up by Lenox is Lenox Disney. This is real big. Again, I can't take it out, But this is, I'm trying to get this to focus.
You can see it well now.
This is the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's a big tree with with 8 ornaments or more. I think I might have 10 ornaments. This I paid up for. This I paid $50 for, but the cheapest one is listed for $300 and it has a broken piece.
Yeah.
There are only 2 others other than mine that are listed right now at all. So I'm holding out for this, but I think I should sell it for about $300.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And then my last item, not anything of that caliber. I actually picked this up at Goodwill. But the reason why I picked it up is, again, I like the vintage doll stuff, but this is a vintage from the 70s. It's Ideal. It's Patty Play Pal is one of the toys, one of the dolls from the 70s. It was 50% off tag, which means it'd been sitting there for a while. I paid $2. And it's just a dress with the cassette in it. So it's actually, this will probably sell for about $40.
Fatima, do you recommend auctions to bring traffic to a store? I wouldn't use, seriously, auctions, for the most part, they're to clear inventory out and get really cheap blowout prices. Almost always you will see that auctions get lower prices than fixed price listings. I don't think that it magically brings more people to your store that buy other stuff. I just think that you're going to lose money doing auctions. It's very rarely that auctions are a good idea.
Unless you have something rare and highly sought after, or you're trying to just clear out inventory. There are people that swear by the 99-cent auctions. I just know that for me, if I start something at 99 cents, that's what it's going to sell for.
You know, you're going to sell stuff fast, sure, but it's just you're limiting the amount of time, the amount of exposure. One of the big reasons why eBay went to making everything good till cancel is because the data shows that the majority of stuff sells after the 30-day mark. After the 30-day mark. So when you have something listed and it's only listed for 7 days, it's like you are limiting yourself unnecessarily to only some people being able to see stuff, because the thing is, not everybody's glued to eBay and checking every day. And so people who would pay up for something never get a chance to even see your listing. So I just don't think it's good. I just don't think it's good. Are you done?
Derek made it. Big fish in his house.
Hey, Derek Yamamoto.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. I did get other items, of course, but I did try to show you the highlights. I do have all of the Disney stuff listed in my store already. I did pick up a few other things that were really good, but I'm pretty excited about that. Derek is here now to listen to not listing things for 99 cents. That's what he said.
Oh, there's Dorothy. Dorothy, getting all the good stuff. We need to get over there soon.
And there are some questions that did ask how much Dorothy paid for the entire house. That's her business. It's not something we're going to disclose. She did not get it for $100. I will tell you that.
No,
but
she paid a fair price. She
paid a fair price for it, where they made good money, but she will make a lot more money. But she's going to have to put. It's a shit ton of work. There's no getting around it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. Dorothy. Ugh. All right. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you, I've got t-shirts that I got at Buffalo Exchange. So I took a bunch of stuff in. We ended up doing the whole sourcing video on the Hoarder house this week, but I did take in about $25 worth of stuff. They took everything but one t-shirt. So I took in 10 t-shirts. They took everything but one, and I got $60 in credit. So that's a really good turnover. I'm getting a lot better at figuring that out. Listen, if you ever see the t-shirts that I trade in, I'm doing a new thing on Thursdays, because the first couple of stores I go to, I usually pick up stuff to also trade into to Buffalo Exchange. I've been posting them on my Instagram and offering them to people for $20 a piece, because I always inevitably get questions like, oh, how much is that t-shirt? And I've already traded it in. So just pay attention on Thursday mornings. At some point, I'll put a post up where I show all the t-shirts that I'm trading in. And if there's one that you desperately need, you can buy it from me for $20, and then I will hold it back and not trade it in. And that will cover shipping as well. But it's, it's the trouble of me having to buy it, ship it, package it up, all that stuff, send it to you. So anyway, just heads up on that.
Big Mac asked, on the expensive Lennox pieces, will you add insurance when you ship? Yeah, I will. On anything over about $150 to $200, I tend to add insurance. Obviously, we're covered up to $100 with Priority or FedEx automatically. But anything over $150, I add insurance.
Yep. So anyway, I ended up with
and I am charging shipping on most of those items because they're big, they're rare, there are not a lot of people that are offering them. So why should I eat the shipping?
Yeah. So I ended up with $60 credit. I still spent I spent a total of $250 there, so 60 of it came off. So I spent like about $190 because there was so much good stuff there, you guys. It was crazy. And 3 t-shirts in particular, I really spent up on. She thinks I'm kind of crazy. We'll see what you guys think, and then we'll see what really happens. But the first thing I got is the super cool Motocross Daytona Legends 2. It's Bike Week 1993, and it says Space Coast BMW riders on it, and it's got this guy. I haven't done any research on this, but just like the skiing stuff that I like, I also really like anything that's motocross or like BMX, that kind of stuff. I just think it's really cool, so I think this is a great t-shirt.
Emily asked, you guys delete pictures after you list or ever? Yes, I do.
She does. I don't bother, but I will eventually, but I don't really.
I delete everything after it's listed. Once it's listed, it's held on eBay's server, with the exception of Glitchapalooza that happened last year. In my nearly 20 years of selling on eBay, there's never been a problem like that, and I don't need it.
Yeah.
Hanging on in my computer anywhere.
So going back to more band tour t-shirts, this one just makes me giggle because I think it's ridiculous. I don't know how much it's actually worth, but I got this Double Trouble tour, guys. We got Travis Trent and Marty Stewart hanging out. Look at that hair.
So look at that. That's some serious mullet action going on.
Look at Travis Trent's majestic mane he's got, and look at how happy they are. And I feel like they're standing real close, like they might be about ready to kiss. I don't know. Double Trouble. I love it. Vintage 90s t-shirt. Beautiful. Got that one. Then we've got this t-shirt. This is from a tour that this little lady over here was actually at. And this 1995 Melissa Etheridge. And let's just talk about how you didn't know. You really didn't know.
I love Melissa Etheridge.
Yes. Yeah, you love her a little too much. Okay. Sorry it took you so long to figure it out. Anyway, Melissa Etheridge, 1995 tour t-shirt. I haven't looked this one up either, but I'm sure it'll do all right. I think it's in really nice condition. Super great t-shirt. Anyway, Melissa Etheridge. Okay, now we're
Sandra, Vicky. I went to Lilith Fair. I was at Melissa Etheridge. I used to sing Melissa Etheridge in karaoke all the time.
All right, here we go.
She's great in concert.
See, my cousin James says she's great in concert. So apparently James is also actually a lesbian. He just doesn't know it. All right, we're down to my last 3 t-shirts. These are the ones I paid up on. Okay, this first t-shirt I paid $28. $28. I would say this is probably dead stock. I don't believe it's ever been worn before. It's really, really cool. I don't know. I haven't seen her in the chat lately, but Hip Flippin' Mama, where are you at? This shirt's really super tiny, so too small for you.
No, the Indigo Girls suck. I didn't go see an Indigo Girls. Sorry.
This shirt right here is super tiny, but it is super cool. This is Holmes Cooney Fight 1982 Caesar's Palace. This is 1982 t-shirt. This t-shirt is beyond crispy. And what I really love about this is look at this tag. So this is a Screen Stars tag. This is the first time I have found a Screen Stars t-shirt with this particular tag. This tag was actually from the 70s, but you got to understand that like when we're talking about blank t-shirts, this was probably manufactured at some point in the 70s, and then it was printed on, it was made in the 80s. But this is before the other tag that you usually see on like 80s Screen Star t-shirts. This is like this really cool blue tag with the little stars and everything. And it's cotton. So this is kind of before they got into the whole 50-50 poly cotton blend that you see a lot. But like, how cool is this t-shirt? I haven't been able to find the exact same one. I only did a little bit of research, but I'll price this sucker up. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be high.
It's a large, but you can see like those
it's
vintage,
a small large.
Those vintage, super slim. Sometimes I'll put that in the condition thing. I'll say very slim vintage fit because I want to make sure that they pay attention to the measurements because it's not like a regular large t-shirt. But yeah, I think it's a super cool boxing t-shirt. Then here is the last 2 ones I got. This one I paid $30 for. This t-shirt is super awesome. Check it out. 1984 Billy Idol t-shirt. This is in amazing condition. It's really nice. It's super soft. Go ahead, feel it. Feel it. Tell the people how soft it is.
Ooh,
it's really nice, huh?
it's really soft.
Super soft. Great condition. I think it's, I have it, I only looked a tiny bit. I did not see this exact same one, so I'll probably do a little bit more searching. But you've got your copyright info is right there. It does say 1984 on it. This is just an awesome t-shirt. So I don't know exactly how much I'm going to sell it for.
At least $100.
Well over $100. Well over $100. Stacy H just gave us $15 super chat. Thank you for helping me become a better seller. I hope to say hello to you guys at Open this summer.
Well, you're gonna say hello.
There's no hoping.
You just come.
There's no hoping. As
we don't know you. You knew who we are. You need to come find us and say, hey.
As Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. There's no hoping. There's doing. So we will see you. Stacy, thank you so much for the super chat. We really, really appreciate it. We will absolutely be meeting you at Open. No doubt about it. Just get your butt up to us and say hi. Anyway, Billy Idol. What? Anyway.
It's a nice day for a
Okay, so this is the t-shirt, guys. This is the very last one. This is the t-shirt.
She ignores me when I sing.
So rude. So rude.
I've been singing a lot this show.
Yeah, I know you have, and I'm enjoying it. Anyway, so this particular t-shirt, she thinks I'm crazy. I
don't think you're crazy. I
doesn't believe in me.
That's not true.
She doesn't believe in me, you guys.
I would have bought it too, but I wouldn't have paid that much for it.
We're going to see. This is going to be a little experiment. So this t-shirt I paid $50 for. Now, I didn't exactly pay $50. It probably ends up being more like $40 when you consider that I traded stuff in and I was able to get some credit and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily $50 out of pocket, but $50 on this t-shirt. It is beyond roached out. It is so paper thin. It is so soft. It is so full of holes. It's not particularly stained, but it's very worn and distressed.
People pay big money for the shirts to look like this, so they look like actual fans and that they're.
And it's a good size. It's a 2XL, and it really is a 2XL. It's a big t-shirt. You guys, look at this t-shirt. David Bowie, Sound Plus Vision. That came out in '89. This t-shirt's from 1990. You can see right here. You can see it right there. It'll focus.
If you had this when David Bowie died, Jesus, you would have sold it for $1,000.
But here's the thing: when I went and looked at comps for the Sound Plus Vision stuff, there are tons of them out there. None of them are this design. So this is not readily available to a lot of people. And to me, that is important because they can't just, somebody who's like a hardcore David Bowie fan, they want something special.
Listen, when he passed away, I purchased I'm the queen of capitalizing on people dying, unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever. I don't care.
It's the nature of
I don't care how you view it, but I'm a capitalist, so I'm looking to make money where I can make money. But when David Bowie died, I went online and purchased an autographed photo of his for immediately as soon as it hit the news for $35. The seller sent me a message and said, shit, I hadn't managed to change it yet. Yeah. And but he shipped it to me and he shipped it to me quickly. Within 4 days I had it up and listed. I sold it for $550.
It's the nature of celebrity. It's the way it goes. But you can see look at the collar all around is is worn open. You can see there's holes all over the place. This thing is full of holes. There's one right on his forehead. One of the armpits.
You've got some girl at Coachella right now wearing a shirt that is this roached out with her little lace bra top underneath it, and
it's a nice, really big size.
And can't name 5 songs by the band.
It's a nice, really big size. I plan to sell this for no less than $200. She thinks I'm nuts. She thinks in the condition it's in, she was like $50. She's like, she would have bought it, but not for that much. I'm gonna sell this for minimum $200. I'll start way higher. But the thing is, there is not one like this available at all. I cannot find this exact one, and that to me
the fact that it's a good size.
And here's the back. I don't know if I showed the back. It's got. This is just a super cool T-shirt, and this actually is a Screen Stars as well. I'll show you. The tag is still barely hanging on. So I'll go ahead and show you. Like that other one that I just showed you. This is also. Oh, it's like so folded up. It doesn't want to. It's like the little blue one made in the USA.
Sandra, I'd sell my lace bra well worn for that Bowie shirt.
Patty just busted out a $5 super chat. Says thanks too for all the information for photo setup. Have my roll down screen and ring light ready to tackle Death Pile Mountain Range. Hugs. Thank you, Patty. Thank you guys, everybody who was doing the super chat today. A little bit of super chat. Super chat. I love you all and your super chats. Don't look at me like that. So rude. So rude. Thank you, Patty. And I saw somebody else said something about Jackie Brader. I'm all set for eBay Open. I'll be real nervous to meet y'all, but can't wait.
What the heck are you nervous about? Look at this is what you see is what you get. We are the most easygoing, ridiculous, goofy people you'd ever want to meet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't there's nothing to be nervous about.
But yeah, seriously, this shirt is really big. Like what I think is awesome about it is there's all kinds of like, chubby Bowie fans like us that are like, I really wish I could collect old vintage rock t-shirts, but they don't fit my fat ass. They're all super, super tiny. So I just love that it's like a nice big size. And exactly what she was saying, like a girl would probably wear something like this and belt it. I mean, the stuff, there's the legit fans, and then there's the people who just really like the kind of fashion side of it. They like it for the fashion, and so this is actually going to be a really good one. So keep an eye on it, guys. It'll be listed this week, and we'll see what it sells for. But I think my $50 were well spent. So
Sandra says I'd never take that shirt off. All right, so my friend Todd is actually in town, and I'm super excited because we're going to be wrapping up the show and going to meet him and hang out for the day. Got some listings done this morning, got the show done, and we're taking off and working for the rest of Sunday.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited.
Turn on your hot light. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, and I got my another ET shirt. I love this shirt. Thanks for it. She bought it. She found it. I bought it. You scouted it out for me at Buffalo Exchange. I'm excited because I'm going to eat me some pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to eat me some meatballs. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to drink me a PBR 32-ounce can out of a paper bag because that's how we do. Because that's the happy hour.
That's how you do.
That's how I do. $3 PBR in the can. Maybe I'll Instagram that shit.
Oh, get a $5 super chat there that's for the
Waste not
Superstar rendition.
$5 super chat for the Jesus Christ Superstar rendition of Super Chat. So Mo is a huge fan of Jesus Christ Superstar. I love it too. I have that that original cast vinyl double album. So I absolutely love it. She has some crazy awesome t-shirts. Like she's got, I don't remember how many you have, Mo. Like at least 3 to 5, who knows, maybe even more, because she actually used to go and like follow them around and like go.
Oh, that's a big fan.
Yeah, I love it. I was obsessed with Andrew Lloyd Webber when I was a kid. I still love him. He's one of my favorites. And
she's a groupie. She said she was a groupie. That's groupie status for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so fantastic. So I would love to find one of those t-shirts out in the wild. But anyway, yeah, meatballs, pizza, PBR. What more could you ask for?
And Sunday on Fremont Street, watching the Freaks. Can't wait.
Turn on your hot light.
Have a nice week, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. And we had over 200 at one point today. We had a bunch of super chats, and you guys are fun.
I'm going to say
we had a very active chat going on. They had their whole side chat going on about teeth rattlers. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I caught some of it. Anywho.
Yeah. I feel like what they did is they turned on their heart lights for us. Turn on your heart light.
You guys are funny.